All right, guys, so we are at the House of Fun. I haven't been here for the better part of a year. Figured it'd be fun to check it out. I was in the area meeting up with my buddy Tommy. They usually have some good stuff, big wrestling area, so let's go see what they got. Hopefully they got some new stuff since the last time I was here. Stay tuned. And we made it to the wrestling section. They have literally every incarnation of wrestling figures you could imagine, old to new. Lucy's, here's some build-in brawls, some micro brawlers. They got the minifigs on the bottom. Nothing too crazy. I'm kind of out on micro brawlers, but it's always cool to see what they have. They have that Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Macho. They got that Finley from the build-in brawl. Decent prices on them. I paid about $20. I mean, it's about market value for the one I got. But some of these bagged ones, my biggest issue is that they don't all have prices. And I have a personal feeling that if you're going to have loose figures and you're going to bag them like this, they should have prices on them. And if you're not going to bag them, you're going to put them in a bin like that for people to sift through. The bin should be either divided and say, that they're however $5 each, 3 for $15, 3 for $20, whatever you want to say. But I feel like that's what it should be, and it's not. And it kind of makes things a little frustrating because you have to bring it up to the front desk and kind of like barter with them. And I don't really like doing that. I've kind of outgrown that whole thing. I understand you can get some good deals that way, but a lot of times it's just kind of like market value. So I just wish that they would price everything, not just some things. Here's the LJNs. They got a custom diesel in there. Craig Pittman. We got a lot of good ones in here. Nothing too crazy that I needed other than the referee. They had this Gagne's Raiders in the cloth goods, but I'm not sure if it's the authentic cloth goods or those ones people were finding at the dollar store recently. But he didn't have the headband, so I didn't even bother really inspecting it too much. They had some Galoobs, some retros, some Hasbros, but a lot of like the basic ones. Other than that, Sean you see right there, which is a goodie. Up on the top, they had a bunch of rings, Jack's box sets, mini rings, really cool stuff. I have all of these, but they're some of my favorites. Love the old BCA Jack's era stuff. ECW Tyson Kidd, Evan Bourne, got some superstars. They had a Squirt Head Hogan, Hasbro Kamala. It was $100, which I thought was a lot. There's Emma, Sasha Banks, Matt Morgan from the Impact line, Elite Sasha, Stevie Richards, John Cena in the Raglan shirt, I think they're called. Joey Janela, his Rising Stars of Wrestling FTC figure. Decent head scan, but not as good as the original sculpt that they initially showed, and they took so long to get it out that they had to extend his hair and make it longer. More bagged figures, and a lot of them don't have prices. Some do, some don't, and it gets a little frustrating. It kind of makes you like, oh, I don't really want to look. There have been times where I've gotten good stuff here. But sometimes I feel like I'm just sifting for nothing. But yeah, let's see if we find anything. All right, so here's a figure that I wish Mattel would make, but obviously for certain reasons, I don't think it's going to happen. Repo Man. Look at this classic Superstars. Love it. All the license plates on there. Oklahoma, Texas, no New Jersey, but how cool is that? Great detail on that for Jax. Love that Repo Man figure. Obviously, I didn't get it. They had the Jey Uso Elite that everybody's after, $40, which is about market value. This one did have a price tag. I still think it looks like Jey Uso. I know some people think it looks like Jimmy. Big debate, but I think it looks like Jey to me. Still a cool figure, but $40, I'm going to pass. He's going to have plenty of figures. Looking at their AEWs, I wanted to see if they had any chases, but unfortunately it was all just the standard editions, and I think that they were a little bit high price for some of them. The lowest I saw, I think, was $30 for a figure that's, they don't really have that high resale value yet, at least. But to each their own. I thought this was a good price. $50 for Series 1 Andre. Hillbilly Jim. Saw that they had a Junk Shop dog. That's my boy, so happy to see him in a store here. We got the Matt Cardona Super 7. They had the NJPW Series 2 ones. There's Brian Myers, which I don't have. There is another one from NJPW Series 2. No price tag on it again. None of these had prices, so it's like, I don't really feel like dealing with it. There's Andre, which I thought was really cool. This is probably the better of the Andres in my opinion, but still not great. There's something about the flesh tone of the human Ultimates that Super 7 does that I'm just not a huge fan of. There's Doc Gallows we have. There's Carl Anderson, and I think the rest were all like G.I. Joe and stuff like that, so... But yeah, still cool to see Junk Shop. Still cool to see Super 7s in stores, by you. It's very, you don't see that every day. Had a bunch of older Elites for decent prices. They were all like $25, $30, $35. Rocky Johnson. There's that Velveteen Dream, which I know a lot of people like, in that like full denim suit that he had. Zodiac for $30, which I didn't think was bad. Montez Ford. There's Aleister Black, Becky Lynch. They had Candice LeRae. Santos Escobar, Ivar, Eric, Keith Lee, Stunning Steve. And then I noticed down here they had another Raw is War Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ahmed Johnson, Farouk, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Mankind, and Goldust. Look at that Goldust. I wish they did a full-size BCA in that design. I think it's like very, very like risque. Goldust era, but $100. I'm gonna pass on that. I remember these being $20 in the store, and I'm so happy to see that they have resale value. $110. Now it took so long for Jack stuff to get up there, so I love to see it. I'm just not ready to drop $110 on another one, especially when I already have it. Some autographed pictures: QT Marshall, Anna Jay. These are all from the All Elite crate. I guess somebody bought multiple for the Micro Brawlers and brought them in. Jay Lethal, Preston Vance, number 10, Hikaru Shida. And then behind them, they had a bunch others. Abaddon. They had a bunch of like posters that I guess they include in these crates. $4 each. I just don't see people buying them, to be honest with you. I'm sure they got them in a lot and didn't really fully pay for them. Over here is the pop wall, which they have tons of pops, full size, 2-packs, pop rides, moments. They have chases, all kinds of stuff here, man. I love their pops. It's just like the other things, it's a lot to go through, and you have to know what you're looking for, and I feel like you just have to have that time, and I did not have that time today to go through everything, but it's still cool to see the shelves stocked like this. And then they have loose pops on the ground in the Ziplocs. But up here, they had a shirt that I think I need. It is the Andre the Giant Chronic Dr. Dre style shirt. How freaking cool is that? But now we're going to go through some more loosies and see if we can find anything. They did have the old foam title. So sifting through this stuff, I noticed that they had a Penta Legends of Lucha Libre, but it was $80. No thanks. Not going to spend $80 on this. I would probably spend about what they sold for, $40, and that's about it. They had a Twistable Sid Vicious, not Just Toys Bend-Ems, Just Toys Twistables. This is the OG name. And then I turned it over because I don't remember ever seeing one because I got them as a small child. Love this artwork on the back. How freaking cool is that? So 90s, so retro. I actually took a picture of this to post on social media because it was such a cool thing to see that line art on the back of each character that's included in the WCW Twistables line. And then over here, I noticed that they had the Matt Hardy from the Network Spotlight, Woken Matt Hardy with the boat and everything. Very, very cool. I missed out on that at retail, but again, wasn't going to pay the price that I saw there, and I wasn't going to barter with the guy. I didn't feel like doing it today. I wasn't in the mood today, but the Brian Kendrick, one of my favorite Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. Bailey. There's the first time in the line Antonio Cesaro, which is pretty cool. And then I saw this. I think this is Battle Arm Hitman from the Toy Biz line. I don't think I have this, but I'm not sure. It was $10, but the Battle Arms are usually pretty cheap, so I figure, you know what, if I'm going to spend the money, I'd rather just buy a brand new one and get everything. So pretty cool. And we're going to take a look around and see the other things that they have for sale. Alright, so that was a little disappointing. Nothing that we really needed. It's almost too much stuff. It's kind of like overstocked to the point that anything you touch, it falls. As you saw, like, I would look at the first figure and then the thing above it would fall. It just gets a little frustrating hunting in there. No prices on most of the stuff, so things that I was like, oh, maybe I would want this, but do I want it enough to barter with the guy? Not exactly. I really wish everything had prices, and anything that's loose that's in a bin, it should have a price on it, like $3 for $5, or $3 for $10, or $3 for $15, something like that, you know, I shouldn't have to bring things up and then the guy look at eBay and all that stuff. So hopefully they get that under control, but this has been going on for years. But yeah, it's always fun to hunt. It's just never fun leaving empty-handed. It's never fun knocking stuff off the shelves. But if you want to come check it out, Barrington, New Jersey, the House of Fun. Pretty much if you collect anything, they got it. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. See you on the next one.
Want to turn your collection from this into this? Then head over to Whatnot. Whatnot is a community marketplace with live stream auctions. See exactly what you're buying before you get it. Auctions starting at just $1. You can interact with sellers, celebrities, fans. It's safe and secure and has grail pieces for steal prices. So join today at whathealed.com and receive $15 towards your first purchase. Not looking to buy? Sign up as a seller at heelcrew.com and become a seller today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at whathealed.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.